Hey Panthers fans, Jameson Olive here from FloridaPanthers.com, and today we are doing our annual season sim of the Florida Panthers with NHL 26. Last year we did NHL 25. Things worked out for the Panthers with our sim last year. They finished third in the Atlantic Division. They got 100 points, and in reality, very, very close, because in reality they actually had 98 points and also finished third in the Atlantic Division, and of course went on to win the Stanley Cup, so maybe it was good luck. We had to do it again, but it was actually incredible how close the simulation was last year. There was a point, I think halfway or so through the season, where the record was actually identical to our simulation. So maybe we get lucky again this year. Maybe things work out and digital simulation mimics reality or vice versa. But we had to do it again. But of course, we had to do it honestly. We had to do it with the roster the Panthers have right now. It'd be easy to do this simulation with Barkov and Chuck off the bat. They're both 90 plus in this game. They're two of the highest rated players. If we did that, I think the Panthers would steamroll the first place in this simulation, but we're going to do it the right way. So with that, we made some lineup changes. So right now, as you can see, starting the simulation, we're starting with the lines we've seen early on in training camp here for the Panthers. For Hagee, Bennett, Reinhart, Luostarinen, and Lundell Marchand, that line so good in the playoffs last year, of course. And then you got Boquist, Rodriguez, Samoskevich, Greer, Cunnin, Gadjevich. Going over the defense, what's working for the Panthers, even though they're missing big forwards right now, that top four from the playoffs last year remains intact, as well as having Dmitry Kulikov. Newcomer Jeff Petry's there. He's an 82 in this game. NHL Gaming always loves Jeff Petry. And then, of course, Uvis Polinskis on the bench if needed. But the defense looks great. Forsing, Ekblad, Mikola Jones, Kulikov, Petry. Moving on to the goalies. Sergei Bobrovsky finally gets some love again from NHL Gaming. You know, in years past, it feels like they slowly started knocking him down a bit, you know, following those Vezina years. And now he's back to being a 90 again. Well-deserved after backstopping the Panthers to back-to-back Stanley Cups. And then his buddy, Danil Tarasov, you know, we all know the story there. Tarasov idolized Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky idolized Tarasov's dad. They're from the same hometown in Russia. And, you know, Tarasov at 78, maybe fair, just because this game typically doesn't give you those real 80-plus ratings until you play in the league a little bit. You show what you can do. But I think after this year, Tarasov definitely 80-plus in this game. Just given how good he's looked in the preseason, I think big things are in store for him this year with the Cats. But that's where the roster's at right now. And as you know from last year, whether you saw it or not, what we're going to do here is to go month-by-month simulation, checking on the team, checking on players. It's going to go pretty quickly, but we'll see how things go. And like I said, hopefully in the end, digitally, we got the Panthers in the playoffs going for that third straight Stanley Cup. So we're starting here with October. Panthers, of course, as you can see right there, open the season on October 7th against the Blackhawks. They're going to be raising that banner. Make sure to be there, FloridaPanthers.com/tickets. But let's see here in the month of October how things go. A couple losses off the bat, but we're rebounding here. Okay, so you look at that month, big shootout win at Boston, big win over Vegas, big win over the Ducks. Tough start those first couple games, maybe a little cup hangover there, but 5-6-0, we will take that after the month of October. Sam Reinhart, no surprise, leading the team in scoring, but tied with Brad Marchand and Evan Rodriguez. So one guy on each line here, the top nine. So all three lines seem to be contributing right now. You love to see that. Moving on now into November. So this is a big month. You got the West Coast road trip this month. You got, you go to the Ducks, the Kings, the Sharks, Vegas, come home. You got Tampa Bay at home. You got Edmonton at home. Lots of big matchups this month. See how the Panthers do. Another win over Vegas. Finished the season series 2-0 against Vegas. Love to see that. 3-1 over the Oilers. Great win. 9-0 over the Flyers. Blowing out the Flyers. 4-1 over Calgary. So the Panthers improving in November. Now 12-10-2. Let's check the standings over on the right side in the Atlantic. 6th in the Atlantic, but not far out. Standings are very tight. They're just 3 points out of third. Going over to the team leaders, Sam Bennett must have had a big month because now he leads the team in scoring. 23 points in 24 games, 10 goals. Love to see that. Rhino's right there. Verhaeghe's right there. So it looks like the top line is starting to take over a bit here. But Brad Marchand right there as well. Let's keep on chugging here. So now we're getting into December. Starting things off, 1-0 win over Toronto. Whew. Tight one. I'm seeing some W's here. Another win over Tampa. Love to see that. Beating Carolina, the Blues. And a big win at Carolina heading into Christmas. And if you're wondering why I stopped on Christmas Eve and didn't just sim through all of December, if you follow the Panthers, if you follow me on Twitter /X, whatever you want to call it, if you follow me and if you follow the Panthers news, you know that Bill Zito said not too long ago that Matthew Tkachuk's timeline was, quote, December-ish. And a lot of things can happen. We don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going off that timeline here for this simulation. And it just feels like Christmas Eve, the best gift we could give the Panthers in this simulation is Matthew Tkachuk coming back. And Tomas Nosek also could be back possibly around this time. He's month to month. We don't have a timeline, but for some reason, they don't even have him on the roster available in this game. He doesn't exist right now. So we gotta fix that, EA Sports. Get Tomas Nosek back in the game. But we can bring Matthew Tkachuk back. So Luke Cunnin, I'm sure, did a great job filling in. But we're getting Chucky back in the lineup here on Christmas Eve. I'm going to put him right in that top line. We're going to put Carter. It stinks breaking up that line with Lundy, Lusty, and Marchand. But we're putting Carter there. We got Lusty, Erod, and Samo now as the third line. We got Boquist centering the fourth line. He can win those draws. And quickly, we also got to edit the power play. Mr. Power Play, Matthew Tkachuk. So let's put Eck up on the point here on PP1. We'll swap out Gustav. Put Chucky there. Gotta put Chucky net front. And we'll put Rhino over in his spot on the right side. Liking this PP setup for PP1. Power play 2. We'll keep Jonesy running power play 2. Everyone looks good there. We're keeping power play 2 intact. I like it. All right, so looking at the simulation, the Panthers already 20-13-3. And just getting Matthew Tkachuk back now, if you see the standings on the right, second in the Atlantic Division behind the Canadiens. I do think the Canadiens are going to have a big season, but I think the game still likes them a lot more. A lot of those young players have some good ratings early on. But let's go through. Since we're already late in December, we'll go right through January here. We're taking this all the way up to New Year's Day, January 1st. Seeing some big wins here. Well, some Allen's piling up, though, too. Sabres are great in this game. Big 8-5 win at Winnipeg. Okay, so looking at the standings now, 28-21-5. So treading water a little bit there in January. Now down to 6th in the Atlantic, but like I said, look at the standings so tight. Just 3 points behind the Maple Leafs for third. Cat's going to make a move here at some point. Sam Bennett still leading the team in scoring. 49 points in 54 games. Sam Reinhart right there, 45 points in 54. Brad Marchand climbing the standings now, 45 points in 54 games. Verhaeghe's right there. Erod's doing a great job centering that third line, 32 points in 54 games. Love to see it. Let's check it on the goalies real quick. Oh, wow. Bob, 19-4-5, 914 save percentage. 3 shutouts so far. And Tarasov did a great job backing him up. 9-8-0, 1 shutout, 919 save percentage. He's going to get some goal support, I think. Tarasov's playing great. Okay. So we're going to take it through February. Of course, this big gap here is the Olympics in Italy. Big break there. Cat's going to have a lot of players there, of course. Can't wait for that. But for that reason, let's go all the way. Let's just jump all the way to March. We're doing a big jump here. Fingers crossed. This is going to take us up to the last month of the season. See how the Panthers do. Back-to-back wins over the Bruins and Lightning. That'll help. Sabres, man. Sabres are too good in this game. We're not making any trades. I'm not going to put my Bill Zito hat on. We're just going forward, like the lineup. Seeing some W's. This is a good March so far. Panthers sweep the season series over the Oilers. 6-3 win there at Edmonton to close it out. But lots of W's here in March. This is looking good. All right, so headed into April here, looking at the standings, Panthers back up to third in the Atlantic Division, 89 points, just 3 points behind the Lightning for first. Like I said, Sabres are a good team in this game, 90 points in second. But first place is up for grabs here. Obviously, like I said, Chucky coming back, I think, gave the team a boost. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games still left in the season in April. A lot can happen. Let's see who's Brad Marchand leading the team in scoring. Wow, Brad just finding it all left in the tank. First year of a 6-year deal he signed with the Panthers. Really stepping up here with Barkov in the lineup. 65 points, 25 goals in 74 games. Sam Reinhart's right there, 63 points. Sam Bennett, 62 points. That'd be a new career high for him. Carter's there. This game's only giving Carter 19 goals right now. Carter's going to have more goals than that. But once again, Erod, too, getting a lot of points there on power play, too, and as the 3C. Love to see that. Let's see how the Panthers close this thing out. I'm feeling good about the playoffs, though, at this point. Okay. Going all the way to April 16th. Big OT win over the Bruins to start things off. Big win at Ottawa. Big win at Toronto. Should have lost. Ending the season with a 5-0 win over Detroit. Was it enough? Not enough to win the division. You can see there over the right, but the Panthers still finished second in the Atlantic Division. 47, 29, and 6, 100 points. Did I just say when I started that was the exact amount the Panthers finished last season with in the simulation? Pretty crazy how that works out, but we'll take that. That's a playoff spot without Alexander Barkov. And as we know with the Panthers, once you get into the playoffs, they start doing Panther things. They start playing Panther hockey, and other teams just try to keep up. So even down their captain, the Panthers find a way in this simulation to finish second in the Atlantic Division. Make it. See what happens. That's the Panthers do. We'll see what happens now. We're not going to sim the playoffs. We don't do that. We just sim the regular season. But it worked out last year, the Panthers. Like I said, last year in the simulation, they finished third in the Atlantic Division. They ended up winning the Stanley Cup for the second year in a row. So I'm liking this. Second in the Atlantic Division. That bodes well for a chance here at a three-peat in the real world if we get that EA Sports mojo going. Going to the leaders here. No one finished overing a point per game in our simulation. Brad Marchand leading the way, 31 goals, 73 points in 82 games. 73 points for Sam Reinhart, tied for the scoring lead with Brad Marchand. Bennett, career high, 71 points, 25 goals. For Hagee, 61 points. But like I said, Swigo's getting more goals than that. He's going to get 30-plus goals this year. Erod doing a great job. The Swiss Army knife, as he always does. Lundy gets 48 points. Almost gets 50. But you see the Matthew Tkachuk factor. We brought him back into the lineup on Christmas Eve. 43 points in 46 games, 14 goals, 29 assists, plus 17 rating. Ekblad with 40 points in the blue line. Wouldn't be surprised to see that. Boquist, 40 points. Jones, 38 points. Samoskevich, nice follow-up year, 34 points. But 9 goals for Samo in his sophomore year. He's going to have more than that. EA's dogging him there a bit. Lusty, 34 points. He's going to have more than that. Great stuff. Gadjo, Greer, both putting up 10-plus goals. Great contributions there from the fourth line digitally. Love to see it. Let's check out the goalies here. Sergei Bobrovsky, 32, 19, and 6. 5 shutouts, 911 save percentage. Daniil Tarasov, 15, 11, and 0. 909 save percentage with 1 shutout. We'll take that first year with the Panthers. Like I said, look out for him this year. Great in the preseason so far. But once again, Panthers finished second in the Atlantic Division in our simulation. Brad Marchand and Sam Reinhart finished tied for the team scoring lead with 73 points each. I think the Panthers leading scorer is going to have more than that this year, but you know what? We'll take it. It got the Panthers to second place. So it worked out last year, like I said. Panthers third in the Atlantic, won the Stanley Cup. This year in the simulation, second in the Atlantic. We got a couple months now, or should I say many months, to see what happens before things end. But once again, thanks for tuning in here with our simulation. If you do your own, if you play NHL 26, let us know how the Panthers do in your simulation. Let us know who's the leading scorer, all that good stuff. And as always, we will see you at the rink this year from Game 1 all the way to Game 82 and into the playoffs. You can follow along at FloridaPanthers.com and at Affiliate Panthers, should I say, on many social channels, whether it's X, whether it's Instagram, whether it's TikTok, at Affiliate Panthers. Give us a follow and keep tuning into YouTube as well. We have great content here on YouTube pretty much every single day throughout the season. Multiple videos, multiple shorts. Keep tuning in. And as always, I am Jameson Olive. Thanks for watching, and I will see you at the rink.